What do you think Enter Shikari fans' reaction to this album is going to be like?
Don't pull any punches.
I'm really intrigued. Like, I'm just excited, I think, to see what's going to happen. I think on the whole it's going to be really positive. I mean, we've been doing sort of after show parties for as long as we can remember, and it's when we're DJing, it's predominantly drum and bass with all sorts of stuff as well. There's a lot of our fans who are fans of Hospital, and so I think there'll be a lot of excitement.
In general, do you think that those barriers are kind of coming down between genres?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Obviously, the internet has opened up a lot of things for a lot of people. Do you think that music fans are sort of different now than they were?
Yeah, I mean, we used to get in all sorts of confrontations, really, just like with the fact that we were playing music that was kind of, I don't know whether it was a disrespect thing, but we were taking influences from these different worlds, and people didn't like that, especially when you've got your metal heads who are like, I listen to metal, everything else is shit, like I don't want a part of it. And then I think you had that in like the sort of, I don't know, maybe sort of the more testosterone-filled rave culture or whatever, that, you know, the thought of listening to rock music was just like disgraceful, like no. So in the early days, yeah, there was a lot of confused faces and a lot of angry faces, and now that seems to have pretty much disappeared. Like you just don't find that anymore.
To a large extent you have broken them down, because your use of technology in your rock music, if we're going to call it that, has kind of, it has prepared your fans for this, let's be honest. This isn't going to like shock them or surprise them. It's part of an ongoing kind of process that you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and for us that it felt normal again, because we had all these little scenes around us, and we had all these influences from various people, our family and friends. It felt very natural for these sort of different worlds to be coming together. We always just set out to make music that was dynamic and passionate, and that's it. We don't really care about the boundaries and the subgenres and all the politics that go with it. So yeah, I think it's great now.
But I have to ask you the flipped question: what are Hospital Records fans going to think of this project?
I've absolutely no idea, and I'm fascinated to find out. Yeah. Some people in the drum and bass world are tremendously sort of narrow-minded. Yeah. God love them. You know, I'm just grown up with that. I hope that we will have within our core audience, I hope that we'll have plenty of people that they may not be into the whole record, but they'll pick out elements of it and say, wow, that's amazing. As you might expect, we've already got our artists like playing out some of the remixes, like, you know, Tony's playing his remix out, which is a fairly uncompromising tune. I mean, Bop, we had a big show at the Roxy in Prague, and he finished his set playing his remix. The guys from my office that were there just said it was a moment. You got like 1,200 people, and because Bop's set was relatively deep and at points quite electronic and ambient, and at the end of it, he just played it and just put his hand up, and people went mental for it, you know. So I think if ever there was a great time or moment to be able to, particularly for us, to be able to present a project as diverse as this, now is the time. And the fact is, having run this label for so long, I categorically know that all of our fans, they don't love every record we put out. Yeah. Can't expect them to, you know, and they often are quite vocal about the things that they don't like. Yeah. But that's fine, because I was the same when I was a, you know, sort of card-carrying member of whichever particular scene or tribe I was into. And in any case, a huge part of this project for us is that is not just, we're not just simply trying to broaden the minds of Hospital fans. I'm keenly trying to, hopefully, along with Ray and the band, trying to sort of broaden the mind of Shikari and rock fans, and hopefully we'll get a bit of everything.
Life, seize time. This fight is for humankind.